Normally I start my videos with a ceremonial bow to the camera, but in this case, there's no respect warranted here. This is a response video to Bobo Morgan, aka Bob Liddy. We're going to call him the Boob, because every town has one.
And he seems to fit the description.
Well, this motherfucker living over in fucking Thailand, aka Ladyboy Land, okay, has been talking shit on this fucking YouTube gag reel shit about my friend Sergio Perez, who's a legit martial artist. And quite frankly, what's ironic here, Bob, is you're the fucking fraud, Bob. Okay, we did a little checking on you. All this name dropping shit, you don't fucking, nah. You're not a fucking martial arts teacher, Bob. The highest you got was a fucking brown belt in Kempo, which, quite frankly, you yourself have a fundamental misunderstanding of. Kempo, coming from the Chinese art of Chuen Fa, which is fighting system, or fighting method, or fist, or the law of the fist law.
Much.
You know, if you look at what he was doing, what he's criticizing, he's right in the context that he's criticizing people that are doing this hyper-marketed, pre-packaged bullshit, okay? And he got duped. And you know what? That's a shame. Bob got fucking duped. Okay? But this guy Sergio is a real fucking deal. Now, I've been hypercritical of Sergio, despite the fact that he's a friend of mine. His 1-inch punch video, I don't fully agree on that. His headlock video, I don't fully agree on that. I even made a video with my friend Assad here to counter that. But you know, it doesn't take away from the fact that he trains. Now, in the reality of martial arts, there's no styles. There's no weight classes. There's no rounds. There's no rules. There's no weight limits. None of that. There's no belt categories. Okay, Bob? Everybody learns at their own pace. Everybody teaches at their own level. So you might know something this guy doesn't know, and vice versa. But you know what? When I look at you and I listen to you just spew this babble of bullshit, I can just fucking tell, Bob, you haven't put the fucking work in. You haven't fucking done it, Bob.
And I would love, I don't mean to cut you off.
No, it's fine, go ahead.
But I would love to see your videos, Bob. I would love to see you training. I would love to see you demonstrating any of your techniques, because you're so critical of everyone else's techniques.
Well, let's talk about, well, you know what? Again, 9 times out of 10, this guy, Bob, has been correct. Until now. Okay? This guy, Sergio, is not a fraud. This guy is legit. He is backed by multiple masters from different arts that he's trained in, okay, at an instructor level. This is a guy who is highly trained, okay? This is a guy who has street experience. This is a guy who has sparring experience, ring experience, competition experience, okay? This guy trains because he enjoys it. He doesn't have to. And quite frankly, he doesn't have to upload these videos. He does it because he's teaching. He's giving of himself from the heart, which is what a real instructor does, Bob. Okay, you might want to learn a little fucking humility on your end. That's the first lesson. That right there tells me you don't know fucking shit. Now, second of all, the kick that you're comparing with a Muay Thai round kick, 2 separate things. This is a no shadow kick from the 72 secret consummate arts of Shaolin Kung Fu. It's a real technique. The guy trains it. Look at his sidekick. He's got the best sidekick out of anybody on the fucking YouTube. And while, you know, again, I've been hypercritical of this guy, and I don't like some of the other things he does.
And you've stated that on camera before.
I have.
It's nothing new.
It's nothing new. But he's still a friend of mine. He's a good person, and he's teaching from the heart. 2 different things, Bob. You don't have the time in. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Then let's talk about this whole thing where he's saying, fuck you and die. About this guy Sergio. Like,
what do you call it? Language barrier? I think
it was a language barrier.
Language barrier.
And he's saying, fuck you and die. I don't need to check your references and this, that, and the other. Well, look, we're not saying that you have to check his references per se. But you know what? I would have thought that at age 66, and this is a guy who started training in the late 60s, that he would have had the amount of experience. That you would have done a half hour in the horse stance a day. You would have done a half hour jump rope. You would have hit the bag for a half hour a day. Okay? You would have shadow fall for a half hour a day. You would have worked your flexibility and your breath technique for a half hour a day. You would have done your bone conditioning and your different iron body loads for a half hour a day. You would have sparred, okay? You would have done your contest and your forms for half an hour, but you haven't fucking done it, Bob. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, motherfucker.
Duh.
You don't know shit, okay? Age 66. Look how fucking overweight you are, Bob. You can't even control your fucking body weight. You're getting on here on this fucking YouTube, this BooTube bullshit, talking all this fucking shit. You don't know anything. Let's talk about the highway bone fracture. Up in here where he did a high hook kick and he dropped the guy.
I have to say this on camera. You actually contradicted yourself in your own fucking video. When Sergio demonstrated the kick,
he quote unquote said he barely hit the guy. He barely hit the guy.
That is the whole point of aiming at a particular point of the body, not having to bear that much pressure, but knowing where you're aiming, knowing where you're going to hit and strike, and knowing the damage that it causes when you actually hit accurately.
And that comes from professional level training,
so if
under a qualified instructor.
If he barely
which
touched
this
the
guy Sergio is,
and the guy is in immense pain very quickly,
he couldn't breathe.
Then that should obviously tell you that if he did the kick with full force, self-explanatory. I don't have to keep going. It's self-explanatory.
And what was the other thing we were talking about? Oh yeah. Anytime you spar, there's an element of danger. You're hitting each other. There's an element of danger there, Bob. Okay. Personally, for me, I prefer drilling over sparring. Yeah. I feel like it's a superior training method because a lot of the stuff that we do here with the Jeet Kune Do, the Filipino martial arts, now we're doing catch wrestling.
Yeah.
Judo, combat judo, jiu-jitsu, the Filipino martial arts. You can't do that shit full contact, Bob. It's too fucking dangerous.
You will hurt. Both of you will get hurt in the midst of it.
Exactly.
It's that simple.
The last time we tried that shit, the last time, I got kicked in the fucking knee. Okay? I had tendinal ligaments damage in my knee. I couldn't walk right for like 6 fucking months. But no, that don't work. You know, but here he is. He's one of these Jeet Kune Do concepts guys. He's already ventured.
Concept.
Again, he's already ventured away from the truth, which is basically fighting. You know, he's trained. This guy's a guy who's training for fucking performance, name dropping. Okay, and again, you don't even know who these people are, but he was trying to claim that Masayama, the founder of modern full contact karate, is a fraud. Okay? And
wait, I'm sorry, did you say founder?
Founder of modern full contact karate.
So he's the founder of it, right?
Oh, dude, I trained under guys who were direct students of him.
No.
Okay?
I just want to get that clear.
Oh, it's legit. They kick the shit out of your legs. They body beat the fuck out of you until you give up and you make like a little, you know what I mean? Like you fall.
I trained with this guy here, my teacher, for let's say 2 hours.
It's been less than a month, less than 2 weeks.
Like 2 days ago, and I just want you people to know I'm still sore. And it was 2 hours.
And what was the other thing he was saying? He was saying Dimmock is bullshit. This motherfucker. Okay.
I would not want my teacher to demonstrate on me as the student, as the one learning. I don't need you to literally demonstrate on me. Show me, but don't do it to me. Because it's gonna fuck.
Hold on.
It's gonna hurt.
This is a guy who doesn't believe in chiropractic. This is a guy,
really,
who, well, based upon what he says, does not believe in acupuncture. Okay, he's saying that Denmark, which is really honestly Duan Mai, which means sealing the vein or the artery. Okay.
So you mean like?
So he's saying strangleholds are bullshit right off the top.
So you're telling me that neuroscience and neurology is just bullshit?
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that.
You're not. That's me saying. So when you go see a neurologist,
and you left out the other part of the equation, which is Duan Chu, which is actually sealing the airway, which is a fucking chokehold. But yeah, there are various choke points in the body that are scientifically documented. Okay, There are acupuncture points. There are nerves exposed in the body, okay, that are vulnerable to a life-threatening strike, Bob. Okay? You haven't done the training. Nobody showed you this. Probably because they thought you were a little fucking thrown off and they didn't fucking trust you.
So why would they show you?
Now, well, hold on. He was on to... Now, Bob, you were on to something when you said that Earl Montague was a fraud. And I actually confronted Earl on that while he was still alive. Here you are again, talking shit on a fucking dead man. You fucking piece of shit. Okay? He purposefully published incorrect information on certain triple burner shots, okay, on your number 3 and your number 5. He did that on purpose, just to keep certain facets of knowledge secretive. And I was highly critical of this guy in the late 90s. But you know, you weren't around for that. You know, you don't even know about that. Certain things are kept behind closed doors, Bob. Okay, and unfortunately, you were not privy to that. As I was not privy to most of that, simply because I'm a Caucasian American. I'm not Chinese, okay? These people, they keep certain shit in their family, in their fucking temple, and they don't teach outsiders. And when they pick somebody to inherit one of these skills, they pick somebody close to them that they can trust. So, again, Bob, you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about. One time, I was assaulted at multiple times by people with guns, and they beat the fuck out of me first. Okay, then they pulled the fucking gun on me. Okay, but he's saying, oh, that's not how it goes down. You know what I mean? They want to make you completely helpless, body beat the fuck out of you from behind, then put a gun in your face. But no, this whole thing that happened to Ray, no, it never happened. Part of self-protection, part of self-defense is waiting for your opportunity. Okay, there's different, again, there are different facets on how to survive in a violent situation like that, okay? This guy was probably helpless. He was probably rendered helpless from behind. I had a student recently from South America who had a gun, who was assaulted by 3 individuals who knew Kung Fu, who disarmed him using Kung Fu maliciously against him, kidnapped him, and held him for ransom. But no, this shit, it just doesn't happen in the island. You know, again, Cuba with Fidel and, you know, South America and everything, it's a known fact that they kidnap people and hold people for ransom. Like, Bob, wake up. You're the one who's... I know, right?
I'm sorry, he's just so funny to me. He
Bob,
really is.
you're the one who's not grounded in reality.
He's funny to me, man.
Okay?
You know?
You're on here talking shit about a guy who's sharing martial arts from his heart, freely and without price. Okay?
How about you just do it like we do in the street? If you don't believe that what a person is saying is true, why don't you just step to this?
He won't do it. He's
don't make deliberate attacks
you know,
to his teachings and what he's saying is.
The thing about Sergio is
just step to the man.
The thing about Sergio is, yeah, he may not be on the level that you want him to be at. He may not even be at my level, but certain things he might be like 10 levels beyond. You can learn from anybody, Bob. The guy's got an open door policy, not a challenge. An open door policy for anybody to come and train with him, to learn from him, to spar with him. Take him up on it. I'm taking you up on it. I'm buying my plane ticket. I'm going down there in October. I suggest you fucking join me. But you won't, because you're a fucking pussy, Bob. Okay? You're cool over there in Ladyboy land, living on fucking $5 a month or whatever the fuck you do over there, and talking shit on a fucking keyboard like the rest of these guys. The truth, we already exposed the true frauds on YouTube, Bob, and now we're coming after you. You're a fucking fraud, Bob. You need to shut the fuck up.
Hey, Bobby.
You don't know shit.
Hey, Bobby. How you doing? Bye, Bobby. It's sad.
Well, you know what, dude? It's like, it's one of these things where it's like, you know, any motherfucking boob, you know, any ladyboy over in fucking Ladyboy land can set up a fucking camera and just start talking shit. Because, you know, again, this is a guy, this is a motherfucker who made some kind of a documentary about why his teacher, who didn't give him a black belt, because, you know, I know, he's got spilled milk. This is a guy.
He's mad.
He's fucking upset. So now he's going to go and talk shit on all his fucking, and run through this whole fucking diatribe of bullshit about why he fucking hates this guy, why he hates this guy, and fuck this guy and die. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, he's living on $5 a month over there in fucking Ladyboy land, pissing the rest of his fucking life away. Because he's a fucking coward. Because he's a fucking coward.
I could kick your ass with just a few sessions of training.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. This guy has no fucking clue. There's some kung fu guys out there that are so fucking lethal, man. They could poke a hole through your fucking butt. I trained with this fucking Vietnamese guy. You know, just for like a few days. This guy's whole fucking thing was, I'm going to do 1,000 push-ups every day on the fingertips. While I'm in a handstand. Yeah. I know, right? Like, there's people out there with dedication on their hands and nothing but time on their hands. And all they do is think about fucking hurting people. And this guy
was like me a little bit.
Well, hold on. This guy's got a little bit of karate training. And he thinks that he knows some shit. He did a little bit of box, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. You know, this guy's like a classic case of like a fucking dabbler. You know,
dabble from this, this fighting style to that fighting style.
So he had an instance where he was going to open a school, and again, I was fully supportive of this guy, Bob. I was fully supportive of this guy, and then all of a sudden he comes out and he's just like talking all this fucking shit, you know, with this fuck you and die, and you know, this doesn't work, this isn't real. Yet he hasn't put the fucking time in to actually be able to say that. You know what I mean? I know, right? But Sergio, yeah, he might not be, you know, he might not be on the level of some other guys. But I'll tell you what, some of the things he's dedicated to, and you know what, he's dedicated. Some of the things he does, like his side kick, his low leg destructive techniques. Okay, he's a self-protection expert. Okay, the guy's a fucking expert. Some things he does, I think, are not really too direct. I would do other things that are more economical and more efficient. But you know what? He trains at his level.
Yeah.
There's no ranks. Okay? There's no uniform. There's no rules. There's no time limit. You can be 100 years old. If you live that long, you can still train. You get better. Listen, dude, you get better with age with this shit. It's not like what people think, man. You know, and this guy, Bob, he's on here talking all this fucking shit. What has he done lately? When's the last time he went to the gym? When's the last time he put in 10 rounds? Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, you need to train. You got to train every day. And if you're not training physically, you got to train your mind. You got to train your spirit. You know, like, look, we could sit here and talk shit about this guy Bob all fucking day. But the bottom line is, I feel sorry for a guy like that because the truth has eluded him.
He's scared of it. Doesn't want to accept it.
Doesn't want to accept it.
That's what that is. He's scared of it and doesn't want to accept it. And they say, you know, you can run from the truth all you want to, it still want to bite you in the ass.
It is what it is, man.
Still want to bite you in the fucking ass.
You know, this guy seems to think he's going to bite his way out of a fucking headlock. Dude, I'm deadlifting like 500
fucking
plus
bite
pounds.
me if you want to while I'm choking you, and I'm going to choke you hard.
You know what I mean?
I'm not going to let go.
You know what I'm doing. I'm training for a 400-pound bench. I'm in the gym all the fucking time.
Harder.
That's what I'm saying. If you bite me, I'm like, you fucking bitch.
Motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't get it, but I'm not
What can you say? You know what I mean? What can you say? There are people out there, they want to see everything on a piece of paper. You know? They want to see every certification you have on a piece of fucking paper. You know what I mean?
So what? The person that goes to college and get a degree is not as good as the motherfucker that been doing the same job for 20 years?
Oh, you know what, dude? Look, man, I'm sure he's coming after me next. You know? I don't give a fuck. I got nothing to fucking hide. You know? It is what it is. But then, you know, I'm sure he's gonna make some kind of pussy-ass little bitch ladyboy comment like, oh, well, you can get on a plane and you can fly to ladyboy land and we can square off and bump, you know, and it's not gonna be fair, you know. I don't fight fair. You know?
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna try to bite you. Yeah, man. You know what? Aside, these people, they just have no clue. You know, I think a lot of the stuff that Sergio did, you know, with his previous videos, was really, what I liked about him was he was controversial, but he was truthful with his presentation. Because here's the thing, it's like, I don't agree with, like, I want to say, like, 40% of what he does. Like, right off the bat. And I tell him that.
Yeah.
But he's
coming from the heart.
But it's coming from the heart, and he's presenting at his own level.
Yeah.
These guys, this guy, Bob, Libby, Moore, whatever the fuck his boob name is, this guy is going after people that were just making shit up. Just making shit up.
I can't respect that.
They weren't pressure testing shit. This guy, Sergio, he pressure tests shit.
You know, it's like,
there was this one video that Sergio was doing where he was surrounded by guys and like they were throwing like one punch or one kick at him at a time. And this guy's like, oh, why doesn't he just run and this, that, and the other? It's like, well, he's practicing, he's training. He's trying to do an entry technique, whether he's intercepting with a kick or punch, and see what options are available. Because in real life, he's going to get tackled to the ground by all of them at once. He's going to get the shit beat out. So he's looking, oh wow, what does this do? What does that do? You know, I want to see how I can escape. I'm looking for an exit. But this guy's like, oh, I'd be looking to get out of there right away. And it's like, well, dude, you're stating the fucking obvious. You fucking retard. What do you think he's doing?
Who doesn't want to do?
He's playing around with technique with boxing gloves on.
Who wants to stand there and get fucking jumped?
Well, hold on. Hold on. All these guys have protective gear on because they're trying shit. They want to see what works, so he can find that avenue. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to intercept from the outside, and I'm going to kick this guy, and I'm going to run, and I'm going to go for that exit. That's what he's training. You know, if in reality, if you have to fight people and you're trapped, you try to put one in front of the other. You try to fight one at a time. You know what I mean? It's easier, relatively, relatively speaking, in terms of your relation to that other person. You know, and their anatomical weaknesses, their targets that are available. Again, that are available. And this guy's completely, again, here we go with another retard completely taking some shit out of context so he can get some views because he hasn't uploaded in a while.
The internet makes everybody feel special.
Yeah. It's a shame. You know.
Check me out. I'm making a booming thing here on Twitter.
Well, whatever you do, don't buy a car with a CVT transmission.
Especially for flux capacitor.
Well, look, don't buy a VTEC either because that third pin at the bottom can get stuck in the open position. You know, completely blow that head gasket. But don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm talking about. You know, I don't just do martial arts. I do other shit. This guy here, he's retired in fucking ladyboy land, probably living off $5 a month. Yeah, I know, right? Who the fuck would want to go there? You know, other than doing some Muay Thai training, why would you want to go there?
I'm not going there.
Yeah, you know, an international sex tour, first stop, Bangkok.
No.